We're starting in a few seconds. This is just a quick sound test. Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to the live stream. I'm pumped you're watching this live stream, whether you're with us live, that's fantastic, or whether you're catching up on the channel as a normal video, also fantastic. If you're catching up as a normal video, look in the timestamps in the description. I'll put the main topics there, but the main topic we're covering today is the channel memberships, and it's my goal to communicate why we're doing channel memberships, what you can get out of channel memberships, what the different benefits are, work out if it's for you or not, and then hopefully if you think it is for you, possibly move forward with it. So we're going to get into it as soon as possible, but before we do, let's just say some hellos in the chat. So hello Ursula, welcome. Don't think I've seen you in a live stream before. Fantastic to have you here, welcome. Gaurav is here. Gaurav is saying it's winter in India. I wonder what temperature that is for you, Gaurav. Fantastic to have you and welcome. And Robert is here tuning in from Texas. Fantastic, Robert, welcome. I think you liked the Facebook page today, or certainly this week, so welcome. I'm absolutely pumped that you're chosen to spend some time with us today. So let's get into channel memberships. You know, what is it all about? Now, I recommend this video here. This video you can see on the screen here, I released this week, and I talk about what it's meant to me to learn Excel, because for me, it's been much more than just something I've learned for work, something that I get paid for. It had quite a profound effect on my life, you know, and I want to argue that it's worth a bit of time. It's worth a bit of investment, and you can check out this video, but I'll just give you the main points. So 10 years ago, I had something of a career crisis. So I was actually working in Japan. I was very far away from home, and I felt I was winging it with clients. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but winging it in UK English means you're doing the job, but you're kind of getting away with it. You don't feel in command of the subject matter. Have you felt that feeling at work? Let me know in the comments. But over time, that feeling can kind of get you down. It gives you the feeling, you know, you're not in the right job. You feel kind of disempowered. You know, you don't want to come to work every day, all of that stuff. And the precise issue I was having was issues with numbers. I was doing market entry analysis for European and American technology companies who wanted to enter the Japanese market. And I was being asked to do these numerical analyses, and, you know, I wanted to do a good job and I didn't really have the skills. So decided time for change. And I moved countries, moved back to the UK, and went back to my old university and said, listen, I want to do a master's in business analytics. And the gentleman I spoke to is a gentleman called Justin MacArthur, a good friend of mine now. He said, listen, this course is not for you because, you know, you don't have a mathematical background. And I had to sit there and convince him to let me do this business analytics program. So business analytics, fantastic program, turned out really to be a master's in spreadsheets, but for which for a lot of people out there will sound like a bit of a nightmare. And to begin with, for me, it was really tough. I had to grind it out. I was just passing assignments, you know, just staying on the course, but I had some fantastic teachers, some fantastic mentors along the way, and I put in spades and spades of hard work and managed to grind it out. And that's been my attitude for the rest of my career since then. I think it was the best thing I ever did to have that career change 10 years later. Fast forward 10 years, you know, we've got the little YouTube channel now, what, 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's 30,000 people who've watched the videos and got value out of them. I've got a roster of customers in the UK, overseas, from all different sectors, from high net worth individuals to big corporates and startups, a real diverse and exciting client base who I help to push their business forward using Excel VBA. And best of all, really, I get to teach people about business analysis, business strategy, and mainly how to use Excel to get more out of business and out of life. that's what I do. That's my job now. Never would have got here if I hadn't had that struggle along the way, hadn't been prepared to make an investment in my education, and I hadn't had some guides along the way, many of whom I work with now and I'm still friends with now. So this is my little story about Excel. For me, it doesn't need to be something you're trying to get to work all the time. Something you have to tolerate. It can be something that can be career changing. For me, it's actually been life changing. I hope that doesn't sound too ridiculous to hear all that. So I talk about a learning journey, and here in the UK, we have a program called Strictly Come Dancing where they're always talking about journeys. But hopefully that gives you a sense of the journey I've been on. And it would be a privilege to be part of your learning journey. I can be your little guide. Well, I'm quite a tall guide, actually. I can be your guide and really help you along there. Anyway, we've got this channel. We've got this video here that you're very welcome to have a look at. And the other point really from my side is I want to push this channel forward and transform it into a business learning community. At the moment, it's a YouTube channel focusing on spreadsheets, focusing on Excel. That's all great, but I've got so much more to offer. My little community of colleagues I work with, there's people who want to get involved, and eventually I want to move towards offering an alternative to MBA education. So not just Excel, a host of other topics that are really going to help people with their business learning. To move in that direction, I've got to get a bit more serious about it. That's what I've been doing this year, trying to be doing more videos, be more deliberate about the kind of videos I'm producing, researching the videos, and having a strategy, having a long-term plan. What's the long-term direction of this? It is moving towards something that provides an alternative, a learning community that provides an alternative to MBA-based education. To do that, I've got to monetize. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to earn a little bit of money, but this money is going to be going into this project, producing better content, scaling up, and making it work for you. So let me know in the comments, how does that all sound? Have you had a career crisis yourself? What role is Excel currently placing in your life? And would you consider a channel membership? Let me know. It would be great to get some feedback in the chat. Anybody else in the chat? Gaurav is saying, I work for British Telecom as a network engineer. In recent times, I felt a need to learn Excel VBA for a project. I found your content very helpful so far. Thank you, Gaurav. Well, that's fantastic stuff. And let me know, in the chat, what kind of videos do you want to see? What specific video helped you? Or let me know in the comments on the video. I love getting feedback, and that shapes what I do on the channel. So we've got the concept of a learning journey to get started with, but a really important point, and the feedback I've got so far on this, people have been saying, well, what about the free content? Is that all going to stay there? Are you going to put it behind a paywall overnight? A great question. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't anticipate that question. Great question. The answer is absolutely not. The stuff that is free now will remain free, and we will continue to have free content on the channel. Whether that's a weekly release, 2 releases a month, I'm not sure yet, but we will continue to have free content on the channel. I think there's 150 videos plus on the channel now. I mean, how long would it take you to watch all of those videos? And of course, we have the sister channel, which is Spreadsheet Skunkworks. There's 8 or 9 decent videos on there as well. So all of that will remain free, and we will continue to have free content. So thank you. I think Carlos left a comment on the YouTube channel to that effect. So thank you, Carlos, for your comment. So rest assured, if none of this is for you, and believe me, I understand that. I'm pretty tight when it comes to spending money online, although I do have a few subscriptions for learning, for my learning. I can understand if it's not for you. Don't worry, the YouTube channel is absolutely continuing with the free content. For me, I'm pumped. It's a privilege for me if you're just watching the videos. So that's an important point to make. If you want to take your relationship with the channel, your Excel learning to the next level, and it really is next level stuff, what we're offering here, a membership could be for you. And we've got 3 options here, and I've tried to set these up in a kind of inclusive way. So we've got a low option, a medium option, and an expensive option, and in a way that you can kind of control your level of engagement. Do you just want to, contribute to the channel? And I massively appreciate it if it's just a contribution. Then we've got a kind of weekly option, and then we've got a much more involved option, which is private video coaching. So level one, we get exclusive member posts. I'm going to be on the community tab. So on YouTube, go to the channel page. One of the headings is community. I'm going to be making posts on there just for members. Now, it's not going to be every day, but probably something like weekly. And the good thing about the member posts is you're going to see other content as well. So for example, the Members Monday content, what are they doing in Members Monday? You're not going to get access to the video, but you're going to get access to the topic. So it's going to give you a sense of what the next level is all about as well. So I'll be absolutely delighted if you could invest at that level. Then we've got Members Monday, which is our live stream. So live streaming, I've been experimenting with this year, and thank you so much if you've been watching the live streams. We've just had Michelle tune in, and Michelle's a long-term supporter of the channel. Appreciate your support, Michelle, and welcome. Great to see you. I'm pretty well, thank you. A bit tired. Spent a lot of time this week setting up all the membership stuff, but absolutely excited about it, and it's good to see people like you coming back. Clara is here. Welcome, Clara. I'd like to know how you're finding your customers and what are their most frequent requests. Clara, I haven't seen you on the live streams before, so welcome, Clara. Thank you so much for joining us. That is a brilliant question, and it fits with what I'm saying. That's the direction I want to change take the channel in. You know, programming, it's the most important thing isn't the technical stuff, in fact, which sounds counterintuitive. The most important thing is how you manage your projects. Can you get your projects in the right area of the business? A whole host of issues that are outside of the technical piece. That kind of topic is the kind of topic we're going to do on Members Monday. Members Monday. So the Members Monday live stream is going to be weekly, members only, exclusive content, and we're going to be gradually diversifying the content. You know, one of my favorite phrases that someone said to me once was, what you want and what you need are two different things. What you want and what you need are two different things. It might have been my mum, maybe a basketball coach at some point, I'm not sure. But over the past few years, I've really found that to be true, you know. And as a YouTube learner, you know, people want the code. They want the technical stuff. Give me more technical stuff. Let's go deeper and deeper and deeper into the technical stuff. The way to have a better real world impact is to actually zoom out and to move away from the technical skills. You know, your technical skills are probably sufficient, and to move towards the softer issues, things like interacting with clients, things like how to get clients, how to build a client base, understanding business strategy. How does your project fit into the strategy of a business? Well, that means we've got to understand what strategy is. All of these questions, these are the actual ways to increase the impact of your practice, whether it's internal or external, whatever you're doing. So that's the kind of thing we're going to be doing on Members Monday, weekly live stream. And then the third option, and this is, if you want to get more involved with me, we've got private video coaching. You know, I've done probably hundreds now of spreadsheet projects, and certainly in recent years, I do video content for clients. So, you know, I'll do the work, deliver the work, and I'll do a video walkthrough. And I've found it's really interesting. The one thing customers say to me, you know, I'm always trying to get feedback. You know, I want to know the bad stuff and the good stuff. But one thing customers always say is, we love the video content. I do little walkthrough videos for customers. They've been really impactful. And over the years, I've kind of realized that's like my unique selling point. It's a point of differentiation for me and the company. People seem to really value the video content. So at this level, I'm going to do a monthly video for you. So you're going to have to email in, tell me what you're working on, maybe send me your file, and I'm going to make some suggestions in a video format, very similar to one of our video tutorials on the channel. Personalized video for you, not in a group. It's not going on the channel. I ain't sharing it with anybody, and hopefully you wouldn't share it with anybody, or not too many people. So it's your private video coaching, monthly bespoke video from me. So these are the three membership options we're looking at. How are we doing in the chat? Michelle's saying, I had a huge Thanksgiving meal. Isn't Thanksgiving a curious thing? It's a curious thing for us Brits. It's like you have two Christmases over there. It's funny, over here it just doesn't exist at all, Thanksgiving. But I always see it, you know, on the TV, and I watch a bit of American football on TV. They're always talking about Thanksgiving. Everyone seems to have a great time. So Michelle's saying, can't wait for the leftovers. So what do you have for Thanksgiving, Michelle? Is it turkey? It's turkey sandwiches and turkey curry, something like that. Anyway, fantastic stuff. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, how is this all sounding to you? Is it what you expected? What you didn't expect? I'd love some live feedback. That would really help me. So we're going to go through each option one by one. I'll give some more details. Any questions you got, don't be shy. It's only me here. Actually, my dog Luna is here as well. But, she's not going to tell anybody. Let me know in the chat what your questions are. You're helping me by asking questions because I don't know, what I've covered well, what I haven't covered. You're really helping me out if you've got some questions about this. So we're going into option one. And Clara, your question on finding customers, if you wait until after my presentation, I will go into that. I'll go into that briefly, my strategy for getting customers. If you remind me in the live chat towards the end, we'll talk about that. So let's talk about option one. So we're gone for a nice, hopefully manageable level of investment. This is £1 a month, 99 pence a month, because it means a lot to me that you're dipping into your pocket and investing in me. I don't care how much it is. An investment is an investment. It's important to me. So thank you. What does it get you? You can see comments, see posts on the community tab, which are at your level. So the level 1 membership posts, and that will be every now and again. It won't be a daily post, but they should be interesting posts. And the post will give you some insight about what's going on Members Mondays, which is the level 2 stuff. Your video comments will be prioritized. So here we're not talking about members videos, we're talking about YouTube videos. YouTube provides the facility for me to just sort by membership status. So all the members comments will come to the top. That means comments on normal videos, and you can see how many comments I reply to. I reply to a lot of them. I spend half an hour or so every day replying to comments. Your comments are going to be prioritized. So there's a very good chance you're going to get a reply to your comment. And you can see the way I do the replies, sometimes it's like a little kind of VBA lecture, what I do. And just generally support the growth of the community. And hopefully I've given you a sense of the direction that we're going in, and we're growing a community. I'm not going to take this money and, run off with Luna and close down the channel. This is going to be invested in the growth of the channel. So this is option one. Let me know. Michelle is making me hungry in the chat. She's talking about everything she's been having for Thanksgiving. Wow, fantastic stuff. Sounds like a kind of Christmas dinner. That's kind of what we'd have for Christmas dinner in the UK. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so this is option one. So let's move on to option two, Members Monday. Members Monday. So this is a live stream. Really important point, a live stream just like this. So the chat's going to be open, going to be people in the chat. I'm going to be doing some kind of demonstration and then looking at the chat, taking questions from the chat, interacting with you. You can interact with other people in the community as well. What kind of demonstration is it going to be? Well, I've already said, we're going to be looking to diversify the content a bit. So really interesting stuff, building a client base, managing a spreadsheet project, a first client meeting with a spreadsheet client. How do you manage that? I've done that hundreds of times now, and I love it now. But right at the beginning, I was quite nervous about that kind of thing. And then in terms of the technical content, well, you're going to be able to influence what we're going to be talking about technically. So I want to base this very much on what the members want. So you're going to be able to get in touch with me, leave a comment on the community tab saying, can you do a presentation on this topic? Even better, send me a simple example file about what you're working on. So the technical content is also going to be tailored to the members. That's why it's Members Monday. So I hope that gives you a sense of what's going on. Some practical stuff. We're going to be doing this mainly 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock UK time, but I am going to mix up the times. I had some more great feedback. Lots of people in the chat saying they're hungry now. Good stuff. I've had some more great feedback from people. So we've got supporters in Asia. We've got supporters on the West Coast of the States. So what time is suitable for them? I'm going to mix up the times to make sure that at least once a month, you can catch one of these live. And of course, if you can't catch it live, you can still catch up. It's going to be exclusive content. It's not going out to the rest of the channel. It's only going out to the members, but it will be available there for you to catch up with it. And I think the most important thing about this is it encourages consistency. Whatever you're doing, you're trying to get fit. I'm trying to run a half marathon at the moment. You're trying to get better at musical instruments. Whatever you're trying to do in life, you got to be consistent. And what I'm suggesting is you could base your Excel learning around this weekly appointment with me, around your Members Monday live stream. We can see the price there, £13 a month there. And let me be upfront with you about the pricing here. I teach in a university, and I teach at undergrad, postgrad, and MBA level. And students in the UK, undergrads, the university I teach at, they're paying about £9,000, And then how much does an MBA cost? Well, a cheap MBA would be about £10,000. They can be up to £50,000 or more. And then in the course of an MBA, you'll do 10 or 12 modules. So you might be paying between £1,000 and £5,000 per module. That gets you, 20 hours contact time, maybe? So you can do the maths. You might be paying £50 an hour to interact with somebody like me. I teach on an MBA program, and, I've got to be straight up with you. I get excellent student feedback on MBA programs. I've done things like designing my own modules and things that I've delivered myself. So £13, of course, just looking at £13, that sounds like a lot of money, but you've got to think you're getting 4 or 5 sessions for that. So it's going to be, £3 a session, the cost of a coffee. For the quality of the tuition you're getting, that is a reasonable deal. Of course, I would say that. I'm trying to sell it to you, but just a bit of context there, just a way of framing the situation that might be helpful for you. Good, so moving on to option 3. Now, this is certainly, a serious investment. I'm not denying that. But at this level, we're looking at a monthly private video from me. So it's going to be very much like this setup. We're going to have me on the mic, on the camera. Then I'll have a spreadsheet behind me, and I'll be working through something. And I'll put a file together for you, or I'll work on the file that you send to me, and we'll work on a specific thing. I'll give you some suggestions. Now, the suggestions, they have to be reasonable. I can't do a consulting project for this amount of money. And I've said on here, it is at my discretion. It is at my discretion what is reasonable. But you can see from the channel, the amount of work I put in to making these videos, the detail we go into. I was having a conversation this week with somebody. I don't like doing, the 5 tips videos, 5 ways to do this in Excel, 5 ways to do that in Excel. They get lots of views, but to get really good at Excel, you've got to go deep. You can't learn it in 5 minutes. Okay, it's got to be, 10 minutes or more than that. You've got to go into these fundamental issues. I call them the meta themes. You can see on the channel, I've got videos about meta themes, the overarching themes in Excel that actually make us better. That's what you're going to be picking up in these private videos, not just little technical points, although you're going to get some of those. It's about learning an overarching approach to Excel projects that's going to benefit all aspects of your Excel practice. That's the depth we're going to be going into on these private coaching videos. So on a topic of your choice, tailored to your needs, you'll also access the benefits from options 1 and 2. So you'll get the community posts, and you'll get Members Monday. So you get all the community action from being in Members Monday. That's assuming some people sign up, by the way. So that's a good point. Members Monday, to begin with, I don't think there's going to be many members. So maybe you get in there early, you'll get a lot of value out of me. So you get the benefits from levels 1 and 2. And as I say at the bottom, the length, depth, scope of the video is at my discretion, but you can see from the other videos what you're going to be getting. Have a good look through the other videos. If my style is not to your taste, if you don't think I go into enough depth, this option is not for you. But I know from my consulting projects, from my experience on the YouTube channel interacting with customers, this is going to be helpful for a lot of people out there. Just bear with me a second. Okay, great. So that's our 3 options there. Let's go back to the membership options page. Yeah, so that's our 3 options there. So as I said in the chat, I would love to take any questions there. I'd love to take any questions. Memberships are live. As far as I know, memberships are live. I set them to live today. Now, how do you join? Well, you've got to go to the YouTube channel page. So if you go to any of our videos and just click on Tiger Spreadsheet Solutions, it will take you to the channel page. and there is a join button there, a join button on the channel page. This is how you join. This is how you get involved. And whether you want level 1, level 2, or level 3, this is how you join. If you're going level 3, make sure you send me an email, info@tigersolutions.co.uk. That information is on the website too. Make sure you send me an email just to let me know you've signed up for the private coaching option. I will be very excited about that. So just to repeat, how do you join? Go to the channel page and go to the join button. There's a join button on there and you can get involved, and I will be absolutely pumped if you're ready to take your kind of relationship with Tiger to the next level. Great question coming from Gaurav. Yeah, Gaurav's question is, I'm in India, would time zone difference be a problem? So I think, Gaurav, you're referring to option 2. Yeah, I think you're referring to option 2 here. So this is, if you're in the Members Monday live stream, I said, I'm going to mix up the times, Gaurav, mix up the times. So the kind of base time, the normal time will be about now, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock UK time. That's kind of the normal time. And that works fairly well, I think, overall. It's quite late for you in Asia, but it's good for UK and it's quite good for the US. So that's going to be our normal time, but we're going to mix up the times. And this is what the Members Monday, this is what the community tab is for. I'm going to be on the community tab interacting with members there, higher level of interaction than in the YouTube comments. I'm going to be interacting with members there, getting feedback. So Gaurav, if you're signed up for Members Monday, you can just put a comment on there on the community tab under one of my posts and say, listen, could we do a live stream at a different time? I'm doing this for the community. I'm doing this for you. So let me know what time suits you. We can mix it up. Let me know, Gaurav, what would be an ideal time for you? And then for additional credit, as they say, what time would that be in the UK? Because I imagine India is about 6 hours difference to the UK, something like that, 6 or 7 hours maybe. So, after work for you would be 6 o'clock. That would be about lunchtime for me here. So that's definitely workable, that kind of option. Good. So Ben's here. Ben, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while, but I know you've left some comments on the channel. Really good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, and Ben says, you can just click join next to the subscribe button. Gaurav says the same time would be great. Well, this is certainly the time we're going to start, You might be thinking, when is the first Members Monday going to be? It's very simple. As soon as we have a member, Members Monday is starting. So if we get a member over the weekend, Members Monday starts. If we only get one member over the weekend, Members Monday starts with a private live stream Excel tutorial for the person who has signed up. That's what I mean. I'm trying to go easy on the sales patter. I hate sales talk. I'm not comfortable doing sales talk at all, but it's part of business. But if you sign up early, then Members Monday, it might be one person. It might be 3 people. It might be 10 people. I don't think it's going to be, more than 20 people. So if you're signing up first, you're going to get a lot of attention. You're going to get massive value in the first few sessions. And I'm going to absolutely love interacting with, really committed people. I'm going to absolutely love that. Good. So let me know any more questions here. Now, if there's no more questions, I would love to. Clara, are you still watching? Clara T. Let me know in the chat, because I'd just like to briefly address. Gaurav says, thank you. You're welcome, Gaurav. Clara, I'd like to briefly address your question here, which is a really good one. So I'd like to know how you're finding your customers and what their most frequent requests are. That's just a great question. And I actually have a lecture that I deliver on this. What requests do you get? So I see 2 things here. Firstly, how do you get your customers? Secondly, what are the different requests? Okay, Clara's here. Fantastic. Ben, I'll deal with your question after this one. So Clara, just briefly, let's put this in a nutshell. How do you get customers? Well, for me, there's different ways to get customers. People would typically say, you've got to do networking. For me, networking is a bit kind of 20th century. It's a bit old fashioned now. For me, the only way to do it really is to be doing online content. And it might sound like an obvious answer, but not many people are actually doing regular online content. So obviously you've got YouTube, but you don't have to do YouTube, you can do podcasts. I think podcasts and audio, people using Alexa and things like that. I think conceivably in 5 years' time, people could be saying, Alexa, how does VLOOKUP work? So you could be making audio content. You could be making very nice visual content to put on Instagram. Lots of different ways to do it. But for me, these days, you've got to create value before somebody's going to invest in you. And you can see the amount of value I've tried to create. I've got 150 videos now. But I would say I started the business in 2011, and started the YouTube channel in 2012. And before the YouTube channel really got going, I found it quite difficult to get new customers. As soon as YouTube got going, I got a lot more inquiries. So I'd say first, consider online content. And the second is what kind of requests do you get? That's a difficult one to answer straight up. Firstly, a good number of requests I say I can't do because people are asking for things that Excel isn't so good at. And then beyond that, I divide Excel projects into two things. So it's either a model, which is input, process, and output. So it could be a financial model. I'm building a costing model for a commodities company at the moment, for example, or it's data analysis. So data analysis, you have a data set, we've got a model output, or you might have some data from an accountancy system or something, and you're looking to analyze that data. So that's things like pivot tables, data analysis, formerly maybe VBA, and things like dashboards. So I'd say broadly speaking, projects fall into one of two categories. They're either modeling, which is input, process, output, or they're data analysis. And then you get a good number of projects that are kind of blank canvas projects as well, or the client has an existing solution. There's so much interesting stuff here. I'm sorry for not giving you a very structured answer, but another interesting point here is most people don't know what they want. Okay, remember, what you want and what you need are two different things. So people will come to me and say, oh, we need a pivot table, oh, we need VBA, or we need some indirect formulae to do this. They're not well placed to diagnose and then to prescribe, as a doctor would do. You're the one with the expert knowledge. So a key skill is making sure you're doing the right project. There's so many programmers out there not doing the right project, and it's really difficult because they haven't structured the problem and the project correctly at the beginning. So much interesting stuff there. I've got tools for structuring projects. One of them is rich picturing, and we've got a video about that on the channel. So thank you for a fantastic question, Clara, and let me know if I've answered your question, and definitely put something in the comments. And Ben says, would you be able to show us any dummy versions of previous projects that you've worked on? Ben, absolutely, 100%. Excellent question. I'll be very happy to do that. This is the kind of thing we can discuss Members Monday. So in the community tab, I might put a post up saying, okay, I want to showcase a project to you, and I'll give you some choices there. A project I do projects in sports, analyzing sports results. I've got this commodities project on at the moment. I just finished a project for a recycling company, and they're analyzing, they're recycling glass. They're analyzing the quality of the samples. What else have I done this year? I've done a project for a primary school analyzing student data, done a project for a salon for hairdressers, just to analyze, just to type in, literally what transactions they have. So when someone gets their haircut, how much does it cost? And a whole range of other stuff. I've got most sectors covered now in terms of what I'm doing. So I might put a post up saying, do you want to hear about this project? Which was in this sector, and I use these tools. Do you want to hear about this project in that sector where I use these tools? And then you'd have some kind of choice there. Now, I do want to say, because sometimes my customers watch these, clearly customer confidentiality is assured, and I certainly wouldn't be sharing any data publicly, and I probably wouldn't even share the tool publicly, only with client permission to do that. I'll probably mock something up that's similar to it and demonstrate that. But I think, Ben, absolutely, actually seeing what happens on projects is so useful. That's the kind of thing we can do in Members Monday. Clara says, very useful answer. Thanks a lot. Pleasure, Clara. And I hope to see you elsewhere on the channel. So let me know in the chat. Have we got any final questions? Or is it time for us to wrap this up? So I'll just give a quick summary here. So yeah, we're looking at memberships. The membership is about you investing in your Excel. I want to be your guide in your Excel learning journey. It's about the channel moving forward, building it into a business learning community. You've got three options here. We've got one option, which is 99 pence, exclusive member posts. The second option is the Members Monday live stream, which is £12.99. This is 4 or 5 live streams every Monday with a limited number of people, just with our membership. You can interact with me, interact with the other members. Then the third option, more expensive option, private video coaching. So I'm going to do a video for you every month, tailored around exactly what you need. Okay, great. So fantastic to see everybody. So let's just see who's checked in today. So Clara, fantastic to see you. Ben, good to see you again. Gaurav, good to see you. Michelle, good to see you again. Hope you enjoy those leftovers. And then Robert, thank you for saying hello. Ursula as well, thank you for saying hello in the chat. Great, that's as far as we'll go. So any further questions, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment below this video and I'll be very happy to answer them. Fantastic stuff. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.